video. Now take a look at what I have here. Today I have petroleum jelly, also known as Vaseline. So what I'm going to do with this petroleum jelly, as you can see from the thumbnail, I'm going to mix it with some onions and some other important ingredients that are known to clear the skin of spots and blemishes. So if you're looking for an easy and a unique remedy to get rid of the scars and spots on your skin that is going to work very fast and effectively, come with me to the kitchen and I'll show you how to whip this up in no time. For this recipe, you're going to need a blender or a grater, and you're also going to need a strainer. Now, as you already know, the first ingredient is petroleum jelly, also known as Vaseline. We're using the Vaseline because it have to lock the moisture in the skin. And the other ingredients that we're going to put in the Vaseline is what's going to make it effective in getting rid of scars, spots, and blemishes on the skin. Here is our second ingredient, which is onion. And the first thing we're going to do with it, we are going to get rid of the outer layer since we will be blending. Why are we using onion? We're using onion because of its sulfur properties. It also have vitamin A, C, and E. Now the sulfur is what helps to clear the skin of hyperpigmentation, dark spot. The sulfur is also what helps to get rid of acne prone skin. However, onion also have an ingredient called quercetin, which is one of the most powerful antioxidants found in nature. Really an amazing ingredient. In spite of the really strong odor and strong smell, it is great for your skin. However, guys, not to worry, because I have another ingredient that is going to help to cut down on the smell of the onion. So I'm just going to cut my onion in 2 halves. And take a look at this. So what we're going to do next with the onion, we're just going to chop it in small pieces for easier blending. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you do not have a blender, you will have to grate the onion. Anyway, good luck with grating the onion. Now, if you can deal with the crying, go ahead. But if you have nothing else, go ahead and use the grater. Now that this is chopped, what I'm going to do, I'm going to place the onion, and I'm using about a half an onion tonight, okay? So I'm placing it in the blender. I'm going to cover and I'm going to blend. Do not add any water to this. However, before we blend, let me introduce another ingredient to you. And this is aloe vera leaf, fresh aloe vera leaf. What I'm going to do with the aloe vera leaf, I'm going to extract a part of the gel, about 2 ounces of the gel, and extracting the gel from the aloe leaf is pretty easy, cutting both sides. Now, just like the onion, aloe vera also contain a bit of a sulfur, which can help to clear the skin of spots and blemishes. Aloe vera also help to hydrate the skin. So I'm just going to mix about 2 ounces with a half of a medium onion, and now we are going to blend. No water. Do not add any water. Now, once this is done, we are going to strain. So we're just going to get the juice out. Now that we have our onion and aloe vera ready, we are going to move on to the next ingredient. Now, guys, take a look. I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of our Vaseline, give and take. And what I'm going to do with the Vaseline before I add the onion, I'm just going to warm it up in the bowl like I'm showing here. It's going to get a little fluffy and a little creamy, white looking, and that's exactly how you want it. So just wake it up. You can even choose to melt it, but I like to do it like this. For some reason, I find this way to be more effective. Now, the first ingredient I'm going to add to the Vaseline is lemon essential oil. We're using it for the vitamin C properties, but we're also using it to help to cut down on the smell of the onion. So I'm going to add about 10 drops, about a half of a teaspoon of the lemon essential oil. And next, guys, we are moving to another oil, lavender oil, and this is also going to help with fragrance, lavender essential oil. This is optional, but it do helps, you know, with the smell of the onion. So I'm going to use about 10 drops of the lavender essential oil also. And then I'm just gonna blend this in the Vaseline. Just fluff it up in there. And it's gonna get really nice and creamy like this. And I'm moving on to another ingredient, and this is apple cider vinegar. And apple cider vinegar is known to help to clear the skin of spots and blemishes also. I'm not gonna use a lot of apple cider vinegar, around about a half of a teaspoon or so, just a little top of the apple cider vinegar in the mix. For the main ingredient, which is the aloe vera and the onion, I'm gonna start off with 1 tablespoon, and I'm pouring that in. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna slowly blend it in the Vaseline. Now this is gonna take a little while, just be patient with it. I could have put this in the blender, guys, but it's just gonna get lost in the blender. So take your time with it. We are mixing water and oil right here, so it's not gonna melt really fast, so you gotta slowly blend it together until it's get really creamy. So just whisk it in, and it's gonna be getting soft and fluffy like I'm showing it. And it's best to whisk with a fork. If you want to move much faster, just blend it in, and this is what it should be looking like. All right, so now I'm gonna move back and I'm gonna add another tablespoon, so a total of 2 tablespoons, and I'm gonna whisk again. This time I'm using the fork to go much faster. As I said, if you don't mind cleaning up, go ahead and put it in the blender. So I'm just gonna whisk this in, fold it nicely in, coming along nicely. This is exactly how we want it to look. Now we're using the Vaseline because it's gonna help to keep the onion on the skin longer, since it's gonna lock it in on the skin, which make it perfect to use overnight. Now the smell of the onion, guys, is almost gone. The lemon oil and the lavender oil do a great job with this. And I'm gonna pour it in my storing container, preferably a glass jar. So just pour it in. And the Vaseline is gonna sleep really fast, so you gotta work fast with it, especially if you live in a cold climate. Guys, here is our dark spot scars melasma remover. Now guys, take a look carefully at what is going to happen. Here I'm going to take a little bit of the cream, and I'm going to call it a cream, and take a look at my hands right here. I'm going to place it right there. There you could see it. Look what is going to happen. What is going to happen is that it is not going to be greasy. It's going to blend out with a little bit of a water-like texture. So it's going to seep right in the skin, keeping the skin hydrated while getting rid of the spots and blemishes on the skin. An awesome and amazing natural remedy to use for scars, spots, blemishes, melasma, and you can use this anywhere on your body that you're trying to clear from dark spots and blemishes. Now you gotta store this in the refrigerator, guys, because of the onion juice, which contain water. What is gonna happen is gonna get a little hard. The Vaseline is gonna get back a little thick. Not to worry, use it like a balm, which is even better. Okay, all right, so keep it in the fridge about 10 days is good, and then you make a new batch. And that's why we didn't make much more, because you don't want to keep it too long. Okay, so there you have it. Give it a try, guys. Use it for a month or so and come back and leave an update comment. Okay,
Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.